Okay, we are with Sean Williams today. Sean and I were ready to talk some state of Alabama football. We're looking at offenses today. Start off with quarterbacks. So, Sean, this early in the season, which quarterbacks are catching your eye already?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few actually, but kind of mentioned a couple, and we're going to kind of talk about those or mention them a little, highlight them a little bit more in a story coming up. But KJ Jackson's the lefty. He's really kind of impressed me so far. I mean, he's kind of putting up some video game numbers, just in terms of his passing percentage and everything like that. I mean, he's got 647 yards passing and 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's completing about 70% of his passes right now, so. He's off to a very hot start. His team's undefeated, and he's also showing off some wheels. I know that's something. I caught up with him at the All Gas Showcase in late July, and he said that that's something he kind of wants to show off to college coaches this upcoming season, that he's a little bit more athletic than people think he is. He's a big kid. He's got a big arm, but he rushed for over 100 yards in the second game of the season. So he's definitely got some playmaking ability with his legs as well. So. And another 2024 kid that's really kind of impressing me so far is Caleb Mccrary. He's listed as a pro style, but he's definitely a dual threat quarterback. Just looking at his numbers, he's rushed for 278 yards already. So he's definitely a threat on the ground. That's almost 100 yards a game. He's got a touchdown on the ground as well, but he's also thrown for 456 yards and 8 touchdowns. So he's been really efficient. No interception so far this year, and a 66% completion percentage. So he's off to a good start. I know he's got some Power 5 offers from like Maryland. I think UCF has also offered him as well. Nebraska, Georgia Tech, or some of those offers he got back in the spring. So he's one to kind of keep an eye on this fall.
Yeah, I like those guys. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up Chris Vizina, the quarterback for Briarwood Christian. I'm sure, it's not the video game numbers that you were talking about, but he has thrown for 580 yards. Team is 2-1 right now. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, so I'm sure he's going to keep going. Speaking of keep going, let's get into running backs. I'm excited to see which guys are on your list here. Who are some of the running backs that are catching your eye?
Yeah, I got quite a few. I'll mention a couple. I mentioned a 2025 kid that's already got like 50-plus offers, and, a lot of eyes are on him already, and that's Alvin Henderson. From a running back position, I think he leads the state of Alabama. I think there is a quarterback that leads the state of Alabama in rushing, but in terms of just pure running back, Alvin Henderson's the guy. He's got 687 yards already on the season through 3 games, 12 touchdowns. He's averaging 229 yards a game and almost 12 yards per carry. So to say he's quite explosive would probably be an understatement, and to say that he's probably worthy of those 50-plus offers, probably a good bet. He's going to be one of the top players in the 2025 class coming up. So definitely showing why he's worth it on the football field as well. So another guy, 2023 Auburn commit, Jeremiah Cobb. Man got off to a fantastic start. He's got 554 rushing yards on the season, 11 touchdowns. He, too, is a explosive guy when the ball's in his hands. He's averaging 12.5 yards per carry so far this year. So, look, he's got big play potential for sure. Week 1, he just kind of went 215 yards and 4 touchdowns in the season opener. So, he got off to a really hot start.
Both those guys are awesome. Something that came across my Twitter feed that I have to mention, Jamarius Haynes. He's a running back from Hanley High School. If the stats that were given to me were correct, talk about amazing. 30 carries, 476 yards, 5 touchdowns, all in one game. That's just crazy. Saw the game film he was going.
Yeah. That's the thing about these, like the fall season, you get guys like that. I know he's a 2023 kid, but you put up stats like that, college coaches are going to kind of see that, and then they're going to look at your film, and they're going to pay attention to you, and they're going to evaluate you a little bit more. So that's kind of the good thing about kind of having a breakout game like that. You get more eyes on you, and you never know what can happen from then.
And he was running up the middle too. It wasn't like he was, just popping to the outside and taking advantage of a corner or something. Not saying that all of them were tough yards, but he was still running between the tackles to get that, which is even harder to do. 2 other guys want to throw in here: Ronnie Royal from Gulf Shores and Jamarian Burnett from Andalusia. I know Jamarian had a good game this last time out, and they have a backup running back at Andalusia. That's a 2023 guy that is on the radar. Got to keep an eye on him. All right, going into one of my favorite spots, we're going to talk receivers. can't go on without mentioning Davion Dozier. God, the guy's just like killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 496 yards off 13 receptions with 5 touchdowns in 3 games. Just crazy. Want to talk about explosive, 38.2 yards per reception for him. That's just fantastic. That's unreal. And then another guy, got to talk about another Auburn commit, Carmelo English, 4-star. He's off to a solid start. Want to mention him because of what he did last year. He went over 1,000 yards, 70 catch season, 18 touchdowns. I have a feeling he's going to get hot and come close to doing that again. And he's just too good not to mention on that.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of other top players, the receivers in the state, Damian Thompson, Mario Carver, Perry Thompson, Cameron Coleman, all guys worth mentioning, but we'll keep an eye on all those guys. But Sean, I appreciate your time helping me break down. Is there any receivers you want to throw in there?
No, I'm good, man. I think you mentioned mentioned all of them that are kind of on my list too. Big games. I mean, I agree with you on Davion Dozier. I mean, he's had a phenomenal season so far. Arkansas has got an absolute steal in him, I believe, and just a big playmaking ability. So.
Yeah, and he just took his official for the Cincinnati game, and he told me he's fully locked in. He loved it. So, yeah, I agree. They're getting a steal there. Definitely a guy to watch that might go up the Rivals rankings come the next time for the evaluations. But, Sean, appreciate your time today, and we'll check back in and do some more Alabama football here coming up.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks.